The KO punch, brother, for me, going full bias here.
Yeah.
Only because it's Big Show. Only because it's the Big Show. I think this move fits him perfectly. And I think the promos that were cut with this move were ridiculous. For example, his rivalry against Sheamus. When they were fighting and they went up against like the tester to like see how much force goes behind the punch, and Sheamus came out with like some crazy fucking number, and then Big Show doubled it. Nah, the aura that was on this man when he came out to the ring with a fucking jacket on, you know, like he was running in Rocky. I'm sorry, that fucking KO punch is so. I mean, look at Mark. Look at Mark.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Look at Mark. Bro is dead. Bro is gone. I have to say S tier just because it's Big Show. Anybody else using that move, I wouldn't even care. But because it's Big Show, S.
I agree that the move is good because of Big Show. And the move had some great sells and some great moments. But I'm going to be real. For me, the KO punch is D tier.
D tier?
D tier.
Damn.
It's just a punch, bro.
Damn.
And, like, I get it, right? It's just a punch. Like, that's how good it is, right? You don't need anything else. You just need to punch them, and that's it. They're done. But it's also the fact of, like, you know, this is wrestling. You got to have the spectacle. It's about, you know, getting the crowd off their feet. A punch ain't going to get me off my feet.
Well, I feel like one of the big things about this move, right, is I'll add to the negatives. The punch kind of leaves Big Show with like a limited repertoire of strikes. He has to chop you. He has to do the chop in the corner. He has to hit you in the body. He can't hit you in the face because that's the finisher.
Yeah.
Right? And como se dice, I mean, it makes sense because his fucking massive hands, you know.
Yeah,
To be honest, it's not too much of a negative, but it's there. It exists.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, you want to add to the fact that there's a couple times where that knockout punch did not land well.
No, for sure.
Como se dice, I think that the Big Show with that fucking hand, I feel like one thing that I do want to add to the positives is that dude can pull it out whenever. Like you would never.
Yes.
He could put. The thing is, right, when Big Show was in a match, you were scared he was going to pull out that because it was so easy to pull. Like, it was really just, oh, okay, I'm going to win now. It was like Randy Orton, that could get countered.
Yeah.
Sheamus, that could get countered. Big Show, you're not countering that shit. I don't care who you are. Like, you're not. You're sure you could dodge it, maybe, right? But that doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen. Usually when he pulls that fucking move out, unless you're rolling under the ring, you're not getting out of it. You're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
And you saw how strong it was against that Sheamus. Dude, that fucking Big Show versus Sheamus match was the highlight of... To be honest, it was the highlight of Big Show's career, and it's the contender for highlight of Sheamus's career. It was a crazy fucking match. You know, but come on, say with the punch, I think it's definitely up there. Maybe not S tier. So let's talk about it. I'm thinking... I don't want to put it in D, right? I think that's ridiculous. I don't think putting it next to the glorious DDT makes sense either. I'd say...
No, I don't see it as A.
You got to look at it practically. I say B. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Mainly because I can't put it up against the big ending and think, yeah, that's more devastating. Or the same level of devastating. You can't. Dude, his fucking mittens are the size of a fucking bear.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's a fucking brick in his hand. That's what he's throwing at you. All right? And it looks like it. And bro, the way he's knocked out some people, it's ridiculous. You know?
But then you look at the rest of B tier. Would you put the KO punch up there with the clothesline from hell? In terms of, you know, aggressiveness? The angle slam?
I do. I do think that when it comes to aggressiveness, I think Big Show can definitely pull it off. Now it also comes down to the seller, right? Now that being said, I remember my argument about Clothesline from Hell being that he can dictate that. Like you don't really need to care about the seller. Same with Angle Slam. I mean, he's just picking you up. Yeah. Right. With the KO punch, it also revolves around the seller. But it's hard for me to say that because who doesn't sell the KO punch well? You know what I'm saying? Look what he did to Mark.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, Mark never does that. Mark never does that for anybody's move. It don't make sense. But he did that for him.
Yeah. But there were also some sells where they just fell over. and you're like, all right, like, all
I feel
right.
like I feel like the knockout moments are too iconic to the point where they drown out the mishaps. Like when he knocked out the Miz,
Yeah.
when he knocked out Chris Jericho, when he knocks out John Cena.
Mhm.
Jesus. I really do think that that's level B tier, because I can't put it in C. I don't think it's basic at all because of all the iconic moments that came from a knockout punch and how easy it is to pull off, that you're genuinely scared that he's going to hit it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it is a basic move. It's just the way they built
It's
it up.
very basic,
It's
but
the way it was built up.
just like how the Kali bomb is basic as fuck.
Mhm.
But you got to think about the scale of it. It's perfect for the user, you know?
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I still don't like it, but do you?
Yeah, I know you don't like it. I remember talking to him way back in high school about like how if I wanted a finisher, like practically I would want the KO punch because like all you have to do is punch people. And it's like, yeah, but that's not spectacle. And like I understand, but like, bro, 7 feet tall, 500 pounds, hands the size of bricks. You know what I mean? They build that up every fucking match. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
I gotta put it in B tier. I can't put it in C. Look what's in C. I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't.
Hey, like I said, do you? I still don't really like it. The KO punch doesn't do it for me.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Why does it do it for you?
I've explained it. It's just a punch. Like there's not really anything to it that makes it special for me. It's like, yeah, it's Big Show. Yeah, he's got big hands, but it's like I prefer like say his old finisher, right? When he did the choke slam, bro would just hold you in the air for like a solid 10 seconds before bringing you down, and he's a tall ass motherfucker. So that height and slamming into the ring like that, that's devastating. That's a move, right? That's what I think of when I think of a finisher. But the KO punch, and it's like, yeah, it can come out of nowhere. It's had some great iconic moments, but at the same time, I don't look at the KO punch and be like, yeah, that's a finisher. That's a wrestling move. It's like, no.
I think with anyone else at the helm, I don't think it would be anywhere near as I would like put it down here. But at Big Show, like I don't see anyone else really pulling that off. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like we put the DDT and the Glorious DDT at C.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the KO punch is on the same level as a DDT.
Really?
Yeah.
We also have to think about that Newton force. I mean, these guys can drive down all the force they want. They're not going to match with Big Show pulls.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's the person.
And
that's what I'm going for.
I also don't really like the build up to the KO punch. I always thought it was just corny when he would like yell and like pump his fist in the air, and then wait, and then he would just be in the fighting stance waiting for you to get up, and then he just punched you, and it was like, okay. Like it didn't impress me back then. It doesn't impress me now. I don't like it. I don't like the KO punch. It doesn't do anything.
You know what? I'll be fair to you because I convinced you for Clothesline from Hell. I'll be fair to you. I see where you're coming from. It's not technical. It only fits Big Show. I think if we put Big Show at C, I'm going to put Kali at C. That's where I'm going to leave it. Because that's it. Because I think Kali is an extremely devastating move, but once again, technically it's not there. And there's no build up to it either. He just drops you, you know?
Because, I mean, look at something like the Gorilla Press drop, right? That's spectacle. The Kali Bomb is also spectacle, and like the Gorilla Press drop is not that different from it.
Dude literally presses you. Like,
yeah, he presses you. He uses you as a workout machine, bro. Yeah.
There's spectacle and personality there. Yeah.
And like, sure, like, you know, you take a move like maybe say the Code Breaker, right? In B tier, doesn't look the most devastating, but it fits Chris Jericho. Comes out of nowhere, and you know, sometimes he has a good setup with it. Makes for some great match moments. But for me,
he beat Stone Cold and The Rock on the same night. Enough said.
So, like, for me, I can't really look at the KO punch and think, yeah, it's a finisher, at least on the same level as those moves.
I see you. Fair. You know, like I said, I'll concede it. C tier. Me personally, I put him in A. Me personally, I was getting crazy with S. You know what I'm saying? But I'd put him in A. But I see where you're coming from. You worked me down to a C.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why we're here. You know, you gotta consult me.
Indeed.